Hansi Flick does not speak Spanish, refuses to learn Spanish. He's like, that's not my problem anymore.
That's the
Like
best way
this,
to go about it.
modern problems require modern solutions. Like, I'm not going to learn the language itself, right? So I think he has brought about this brand of football, which we're going to refer to a third member of the show for. Now, if you don't play a 4-3-3 in Barcelona, you're sacked immediately, okay? Because so it is a 4-3-3, but more modified towards like a 4-2-3-1. So I'm going to start off with a 4-3-3 over here. Now, what happens during build-up is that Dani Olmo normally drifts more towards a number 10 position, giving that guy whose name I told you I'll forget.
Pasado?
Whatever his name is. Pasado.
Please don't, burn me for
He's a very good player and I should learn his name. I completely apologize. But he sits back and then you have Pedri, who is having
an incredible season.
Like, wow, what an absolutely incredible player who literally does it all. And I do not say this lightly, but he reminds me so much of Bruno Fernandes, where he shows up anywhere on the pitch which is required. He's tenacious when it comes to the tackles as well. I mean, he's not a strong guy, but he's very tenacious. He does his defensive roles extremely well as well too. You have fullbacks who are very much encouraged to drive forward as much as possible. And the reason they do that is that they have so much space on the wings because the opposition is so scared of these two players, right?
Yep.
Like, and that is Rafinha and Lamine Yamal. You have Lewandowski. Now, Lewandowski does something very interesting. He's doing that Kane movement where he drops back to bring one or two defenders with him. And that space is going to be extremely aggressively attacked by these two players over here.
Of course it is.
Right? But his link-up play is not like Kane's. He's not coming here to get the ball and then try to like play a good pass forward. He's just trying to occupy the opposition defense. And when he comes deep as an opposition defense, you have to mark Lewandowski. You cannot leave him.
You can't leave him there.
You cannot leave him. I mean, even with him being marked, he scored 35 goals this season, right? So that's one thing about Barcelona, one form of attack for Barcelona. But what I find especially interesting about this Barcelona team is the way they are set up out of possession. Now, Barcelona, of course, are trying to be very heavy in the way they press. That's a typical Barcelona setup. But how do you do that with a 36 or 37-year-old striker? So when you have, let's say, you're playing against a 4-3-3, right? Which is what most teams normally play with. Now, most teams will, of course, try to build out from over here. This guy is not going to be able to cover these passing angles, right? What does he do is that Flick has realized that the best way to use Kane is to just be a guy...
Lewandowski.
Oh, yeah. Lewandowski he's just going to cut the passing angles to the pivot midfielder, right? He's just there. If the ball is here, he'll come here. If the ball is here, he'll come here. His job is to make sure that this guy doesn't get the ball.
Centre midfield doesn't get the ball easily. They are forced to go outside, play out from the wings.
And now who's going to attack with these two? You have two young, pacey men who are hungry for the ball, which is Lamine Yamal and Rafinha. So these guys actually occupy both of the centre backs. And like I said, they're extremely aggressive full-backs, then cover the wing backs. So in this position, what this does is it forces the team to go out wide. The moment you go out wide, your entire team can switch
to one side,
pressurize
them there.
This side, right? And now this guy is like alone over here, but for him to find this ball across all the way to the pitch is something which can be easily dealt with, right? What ends up happening is that you then have your goalkeeper trying to kick the ball long in these areas where you have two excellent centre backs, Kumarsi and Inigo Martinez, who, by the way, again, Hansi Flick wanted to sell this guy after before pre-season. He saw 2 games of him play into pre-season, and now he's the starting centre back of Barcelona, which in itself is a very incredible story. But that is what this whole Barcelona team does. They set up in their out of possession a way to shepherd the ball to one side of the pitch, and then everybody you will see situations where all the Barcelona people are on like this side of the pitch, right? If there are long balls in behind, they're okay. They will deal with it because it takes a long time for the ball to reach there and they're able to recover over here. So this, I think, is a key reason as to why Hansi Flick has been so successful.